Hello and welcome back to my little house in London. We've just had the bank holiday weekend and we got lots done in the garden. Ava and I did lots of crochet and I also got lots of housework done as well, which I'm going to show you through some of now. Starting up in the loft because I've been doing all my housework, getting ready for the upstairs house tour. I stripped the bed and I washed my mattress cover, which I like to do every now and again because it gets a bit horrible, doesn't it? And I changed all the bedding ready to go back on the bed. But before I do all of that, I wanted to show you that every other time I change my bedding, I vacuum the mattress, something I think is really important. I really have got my eye on one of those amazing specialised mattress vacs. But for now, I'm just using my trusty old Shark and I'm going to show you exactly what I get in that chamber, because it always is a bit of a shock to me to think that just after a couple of weeks, I can get this much out of my mattress. But anyway, bit gross, but something that I think is really essential. Sometimes I actually sprinkle it with bicarbonate of soda and then I vacuum that off. Apparently that does soak up some of the sort of, I don't know what it soaks up really, I guess the germs, or I'm not sure. And I do that every now and again, but I didn't have any today. So just getting a basic vacuum. I'd love to know how often you do this. Do you do this? My mum always taught me to do it every now and again, and I've become a little bit obsessed with it, and I like to vacuum all the way up on the top there. I also vacuum in all of those little buttonholes, and I vacuum all around the edges as well. This vacuum's got a couple of different attachments, so yeah, I get all of that done, and it always makes me feel really, really amazing, and I swear I sleep so much better. So I was a bit hot after doing that. It's a little bit of a workout, but yeah, I would love to know, do you do this, and how often do you do it? I think maybe I do it too often, but I just think it's really important. One of those things, I think we've all got those little things, haven't we, that we like to do all the time. This loft bedroom is about 20 years old now. We had it done when lofts were really, really just starting to become a major thing. And it's actually got two big windows on one side and French doors on the other, and then another picture window in the landing, so we get loads of lovely light up here, and I can open all the windows up and get it really nice and fresh and clean, and all the dust flies up out of there when I'm changing the bed in. So I really do like to do that, and I think it is just so important to keep where you're sleeping really nice and clean and fresh if you can. And here we go. I'm just about to show you what's in the chamber. Look, that is from one vacuum. Slightly gross. I'm really sorry to have to show you this. If you didn't want to see it, then I'm sorry, but it is, I just don't know, I just needed to show you. Then I gave the rest of the bedroom a good clean. I did a nice dust. I used some Purdy and Fig on all of my sort of countertops there to make it all, and that smells really, really beautiful, to make it all nice and fresh. I also like to get down and get the ends off and go around in all of the corners, getting up all the dust. And I actually had to empty this chamber about 3 times for this one clean, because yeah, it just seems to get really, really dusty up here. I mean, to be fair, it seems to get really, really dusty in every room. It's really difficult to keep on top of the dust. Do you find this as well? This Shark vacuum is my main hoover, and this is our second one. The first one we kind of killed by using it to vacuum up the contents of a fireplace, which we shouldn't have done. But this one is my pride and joy now, and I do look after it and clean it out all the time. As you can tell, I am quite a clean person. I do like to keep my home really nice and clean and fresh. It's not always like that, but at the moment my mental health is really good, so I'm able to keep on look at those carpet lines. Had to show you that. Really, really satisfying. This rug is actually from John Lewis. I think they might still sell it. It's from their Essentials range, and it's been absolutely great. It vacuums up really, really lovely. And then I like to just vacuum underneath just to make sure, because the dog bed actually sits on this rug. Not that she molts, because she's a Cavapoo, so she's actually hypoallergenic, and because she's bred from a poodle, she doesn't molt, which is really, really handy because the cats do. So I vacuum under both sides like that, so that I don't have to roll the whole thing up and move it, and that I know that that's all nice and clean and fresh under there then. This loft clean was a bit of a workout, I can tell you. I think it's always good though to do these things, especially as I'm now 50, I'm going to be 53 this year. So I like to keep nice and active. And I've actually started doing yoga as well, which I do up here. And I put my yoga rug out on that rug and I open that French door there. And it is really, really lovely to do when the weather is lovely. Or I do some stretches before bed over on the other side of the room. And that's really lovely too. And yes, this is a fake plant. And yes, I do vacuum it as well because it gets quite dusty. So, and I've got some flowers up on the top there and I vacuum them as well. To be honest, I vacuum as many things as I possibly can. And because this Hoover's got the little brush on it, sometimes I can pretty much use it as a sort of duster before I go in and clean surfaces as well. There's Bee's bed back there. That's where she sleeps pretty much all night. She likes to come up for a cuddle in the morning. Then it was time to pop the mattress cover back on and make up the bed. This lovely duvet set with the gingham sheet, and then it's got the stripy pillows and stripy duvet cover is from a place called, I think it's called Bluebell Gray. I'm not sure they do it anymore, but if they do, I will link it in the description. And it's 100% cotton, and I really, really like sleeping in it because it's just nice and fresh and keeps me really nice and cool. I have lots of different duvet covers and I've spoken about them in another video as well, in one of my other little video diaries, and you will see I've got 3 or 4, I think it's 4 because I've got one in the other room as well, of these beautiful velvet bedspreads from cosyhome. I'll also link that because I absolutely love them and they are such a nice addition and just add that little bit of texture and just really nice to have something else on the bed, I think, and I get so much use out of them and they are actually a really amazing quality. That was the bed made and there was only one thing left to do, which was to sit on it and then lie on it. So I don't know if you do that. And I was finished in this room anyway. Now on to the next view, because as you all want a upstairs house tour, I had to give the house a clean all in one go. So yes, you can expect that very, very soon because I filmed it all this weekend. I just need to pop it into my editing app, take out all of the pauses, and then I will do a voiceover and I will pop it live probably next weekend for you all. There I am coming down the loft stairs, vacuuming, ready to go into Roman's room and just give that a vacuum, which I did a lovely little video of for you all. And there is a little sneak peek. And then it was downstairs to go and see what my husband was up to in the garden. And here he is. So the job today is to lift all of the turf that exists there, and get the ground fully ready for the lawn, which is coming a week Thursday, the new turf. I'm really excited about it. I cannot wait for it to be a beautiful green lawn. And we've got these stepping stones, which we're going to place up through the middle. We've been placing them on and working out where they're going to go. We're going to slightly offset them so that they're not in one big long line, because I feel that the sleepers are quite sort of lead you away, so I want the path to be a little bit not windy but just not as straight as it could be. Alex then hit some of the old path that we had from years and years ago, which was basically made out of reclaimed Victorian stocks, so he had to get those up. And as you can see, the reason why he's rotivating it, or he's going to rotivate it, which also I think can be called aerate or tilling, but I think this is more of a rotivating job because the ground is absolutely solid. Took him ages to get those bricks out. And yeah, as I say, Alex is just my husband. He is a graphic designer. He is not in any way an expert at any of this. He looked what he knows from his dad and from the internet, and he's just doing his best job. So please don't judge him, because he's just trying his best and just using his common sense to get all of these jobs done, and consulting YouTube actually quite a lot for any sort of demos, and yeah, asking the internet. And here we go. So this was the rotivating. The ground is absolutely solid. So it was really, really dusty. And yeah, he was a bit of a broken man again after this, but he did also use this on and off all day and for 2 days, and he did a really, really good job. Look at all that dust. It was going everywhere and all over my new sleepers. So later on in the day, I actually found some cardboard to cover all of that up, because I didn't realise that it was going to create so much. And there I am, coming out to supervise. Obviously, you have to come out and supervise. Come out with lots of cups of tea and supervise and try to get the dog back in. And she wants to stay out here with him all the time, but she's a little bit of a pest because she starts barking and she starts rolling, and she just gets generally filthy. So it was time for me to try and get her in. And she always fights me. She's like, no, I want to stay out here. I love it. But here we are. There's his favourite mug. He's actually a fisherman. He loves fishing. And so there I am, just keeping him in tea and water and snacks and food. And here I am, collecting the dog again. And there is the dog and Rocky Cat. Rocky loves to walk along these sleepers now. And Bee just follows him around when he's doing it. She can't actually walk along the sleepers, which is quite funny, really. We found quite a lot of pieces of glass in the earth while we were sort of digging it over, so it was important to get all of those out as well. Just from over the years, none of it's from us. We've never chucked glass in the garden. Some of it was really old, which was quite interesting. We found a couple of little pieces of pottery and stuff like that, but nothing of major value. I was quite tempted to get a metal detector, but we didn't find anything that was really, really good. And I promise you, I did help and I kept him really, really hydrated. Then it was time for some crochet. Now, Ava is making a blanket for herself as well. She's actually making it out of a much thicker yarn, a chenille yarn, and I'm going to put, it's just a very, very basic granny square. It's really, really easy, and she's loved doing it, and I would say it's really good for a beginner. And I'm still on my granny square, which I'm calling my blanket of, what am I calling it? My blanket of joy, that's it. So I've done my blanket of hope, which you can just see there, and I'm now making my blanket of joy. These are some of Ava's garlands that she's selling. I think they might almost be sold out, so I will pop the link, but possibly they are sold out, but she will make some more if anybody would like one. And here we are sitting, doing our crochet. This was actually on the bank holiday Monday. We sat and did it for a couple of hours in between taking all tea and coffee and all of those things out to the garden. And generally, we had so much to do. I had done a big Vinted upload, so I needed to send all of those things out. Obviously, Bee is there helping. But it's just so therapeutic to sit and crochet. And I love that me and Ava do it together. It is such quality time, and we chat away, filling each other in on all of our gossip and all of our little things that we've been up to and the things we want to do. In fact, we are actually going on a holiday together in June, just me and Ava. So we've been talking about that, getting really, really excited. I know that lots of you comment about how you do crochet as well. And I find that so lovely that people that are crocheters are finding my videos. And I find it also really lovely that I've inspired quite a few people to either pick up their hook again or to just use some of the tutorials that I use and give it a go, because honestly, it's so much easier than it looks. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And I couldn't even get the hang of knitting. When I was a child, my nan said I was unteachable, but now I absolutely love crochet, and it just calms my mind. It's the repetitive stitches. I just love it. If I'm feeling stressed, I literally pick up my crochet and it calms me down. I would actually go as far as saying it completely, well, not completely, but it was a major factor in when I had my breakdown. I've shared about this on in another video, but it really, really has helped me heal. And that's the end of my little diary. It's been a very, very busy weekend, so I didn't get to record maybe as much as I'd like, but I've got something exciting coming up. One is my house tour, upstairs house tour, and two, I'm going away and I'm going to film that. So thanks again for watching. It's been a pleasure again to talk to you all, and I will be sharing another video very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.